So are we now gloves off? I want to turn over this studio to you. But let's set some ground rules. Let's not become offensive. Don't be rude. Be honest, but let's be, it's a public platform. Let's use civil language. So this hour is for you. 0719012600. My black ass feels like crying, by the way. We go to line 1. Is it Kenny? Alex?
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to say good afternoon. Welcome to Spice Drive, my brother.
Thank you very much, sir. Good afternoon, everyone.
Alex, we won't talk about how we got here. What we want to talk about, first of all, express your sentiment, Alex. Let me not put words in your mouth, Jatel. Where are you? Where do you sit emotionally? Where are you? Mentally, where are you?
Emotionally, I'm just actually disappointed by the fact that we have lost lives. And I really don't understand why we are where we are and actually talking about lost lives and due to bullets and the likes. It is really, really, really unfortunate. And I never expected such a thing to happen, much as we have actually been anticipating it, but we never thought it would be this bad. Because I thought that after the previous protests that happened last week on Tuesday, we thought that maybe the police will change the strategy, the approach of dealing with it, because it is a very different kind of protest, but not new.
Alex, can I just ask a question? Because obviously I'm going to speak as a parent and then also as a devil's advocate, so I'm going to poke the bear a bit. Okay, Alex? And, you sound like a reasonable man. Yesterday, C.S. Kindiki came out, right? And he says there are various institutions and locations that we shall not be allowed to breach. Who made the mistake here? And that's an honest question. I want your honest answer.
I'm also a parent. I'm also, beyond that, I'm also a well-traveled journalist, of course, who has seen a lot of stuff. And I think the government needed to be the bigger person here, if I may use that to describe it.
Right.
Two conflicting sides. Right. One that is very agitated.
Right.
Rightfully. And I feel like it is not cast in stone.
Right.
Whatever is said, everything, I believe that since this is a very different kind of protest, we saw it, the way it was planned.
Right.
The reasons behind it.
Right, that's true.
The people behind this thing. It was a very different kind of protest, so it needed to be handled differently. Unfortunately, in my own opinion, like all other countries where I have seen this kind of stuff happen and so many people die, civil wars broke out, it is the way the CS handled the whole thing. I think he might have sounded a bit more restrained because that's his demeanor. But I think the security officials, the top security, we call them the top brass.
Yes.
Should have had a different approach to this. We will be fine breaking stuff in our parliament. This is just a structure and objects.
Yeah.
But killing people.
You're right. I mean, like, use rubber bullets, use rubber bullets, do something else, but don't kill.
Live bullets, I do not think Parliament is so elevated, so much to be above human life. And these are young people who are rightfully protesting over issues that have not been addressed, yet they have raised them.
Alex,
this is it's wrong. In my own opinion, it is wrong.
Alex, you know, I can still hear the emotion in your voice, because clearly, as a journalist, and you said you've been there, done that, and you still sound shell-shocked. Now, Alex, you know, they say I'm sorry, brother.
Shattered.
I'm sorry, brother.
You see, anybody who has a 10-year-old child or even a 9-year-old child will see the age of these young men and women who are protesting, and some of them are actually young girls who are protesting. Their children will be there in the next 3 or 4 or 5 years. And if your child is going to protest, that is the child who will be meeting a police officer slightly above their age, wielding a gun with light bullets.
Alex, you know what?
Can see, they come from different demographics. They are from the rich, the poor, and everybody. We are used to seeing poor people protest.
Yes.
Of course, some of them, it's usually financed.
Yes.
In Kenya, if I may just take you back in political talk, when you see protests in Kenya, it bears 4 hallmarks. 4.
Which are?
You normally have things that divide societies here in Kenya. Either it's religion, in the world, it's either religion, race, tribe, clan, and anything. So politicians usually identify that. Once it's identified, secondly, it is exploited. Once it's exploited, then it's financed. Then the third part is it's directed towards a certain extraction of people. Now, this one, we saw all these issues breached by these young men in their unity. They didn't care about tribe. They didn't care about religion. They didn't care. Right now at Jamia Mosque, Christians, Muslims, all over are being treated there.
I've seen
Christians, Muslims are running into churches, just like it's happening in the Middle East, in Gaza.
Alex, now, because you and I could go on and, you know, we could ventilate forever. Because today's a very emotive day. I've just got to ask you a question, because breathe, brother. You know, they say in any system of government, there's the executive, judiciary, and the legislature. And, like they said, once you have crossed this Rubicon, because the one I go back to is 1933 or 1931, when they burnt down the Reichstag in Germany. And then that came the rise of the Nazi party. What happens next, bro? Because this is now, we have crossed that line. Is that an unfair question? It is not. It is a pertinent question, if you really ask me. Because in 2014, actually, in Burkina Faso, it happened. Parliament was torched. Right.
Simply because the then president, Blaise Compaoré, had wanted to extend his 27-year-old term.
Yes.
27. This guy had been there for 27 years after killing his own cousin, Thomas Sankara.
Indeed, yes.
And years of misery, neo-colonialism and those colonial hangovers made people so hungry and angry, because climate change was also contributing to this. So they were so angry because he was doing nothing, dancing with the French and all these things and having fun and everything and wanting to extend his term. The people were suffering. The people, the climate, the soil wasn't producing food. They're going hungry. He did not listen. And I was just telling somebody here in the newsroom here that when the gods want to eat you, they first make you mad.
I like that.
There is some institutions and the people manning these institutions that are clearly, they have been mad because they were being prepared to be eaten by the gods.
Wow.
The gods that came in the shape and faces of unarmed young civilians who had nothing but anger and ambition and drive to change things. But they still did not listen.
Alex, you know what? Clearly, things are fluid, as we say, So I will let you do some work, and then I think in the coming hour we're going to get back to you, brother. And then you keep us updated what's going on. I like that. Thank you so much, Alex, and then we'll speak to you later. Be strong, brother. Thanks, brother.
Thank you very much. It shall be well.
Cheers, boss. So that was Alex, and obviously he's telling us in the newsroom And he's live, keeping us updated about what's going on. Just in case you don't have a screen in there where you are, and you're not live, what's going on. And like he said, these are how revolutions start. We're turning over. It's your studio. Alex has spoken. You can see he's very emotional. Well, you can hear he's very emotional. I'm just like I'm shell shocked. 0719012600. I've got a lady on the line. My dear, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sorry, I forget your name. Please remind me.
It's Annette.
Annette.
Yes.
Annette, you clearly, as a lady, also, looking as a daughter and as a mother.
Mm-hmm.
The floor is yours. Express yourself, my dear.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. As for me, what I feel like is Gen Z are tired. The young people are tired. Politicians have been coming day in, day out, lying to us that they're going to make change. They're going to do this. Like Ruto says, tumetenga bilioni 10, tutatenga barabara. Tumetenga, you see, we are tired at the end of the day. But also, we do not support what they've done. Breaking into parliament, breaking into city hall, that's not good. A peaceful protest is where just stand your ground, and I think they'll hear you. Yes.
Can I ask you a baited question, Annette?
Oh, no problem.
We saw in the morning that they are allegedly, my producer would want me to use this word, there were some protesters who are allegedly financed by politicians, to infiltrate these peaceful demonstrators and cause a ruckus, so that obviously our final consequence would be such kind of repercussions. Okay. Do you think that is what happened?
Yes, at some point, yes. Because we can remember Ruto has been arraigned in ICJ. You see? So this is something he can do. He can kill people to get where he wants to go. So I think even Oscar Sodi, so I think maybe they were paid. But at the end of the day, I think people are just angry to the point of they don't care.
Okay.
Whether paid or not. Yes.
So this anger, it spilled over. So today what happens, that was a sentiment that was felt by the whole crowd.
Uh-huh. Yes, because last week on Tuesday and Thursday, they went. It
didn't make a difference. Yes.
It didn't make a difference. They kept some MPs said, "Ata mpane."
Bas, yes. Yes. Oh, okay. This is interesting.
Yeah. So Trasema 2 years. You see,
yes.
They were like insulting us,
and they've actually voted it. Yes. It has passed already. The bill has passed.
Yeah, it has passed.
Yes. So let me ask you then, Annette. So this is now the pertinent question. As a Kenyan who's angry, that there was no change last week, and then now the anger has spilled over. It has now led to, my God, death. What next?
I feel what next is...
and be careful with the words that you use that come out of your mouth. Don't talk insurrection on this platform.
Yes, I think, thank you very much. I think what next is that we as the younger generation should look at who we choose next. You see?
So 2027?
Yeah, 2027.
Did you vote in 22?
Yes, I did vote.
But the majority of Gen Zs did not?
The majority did not vote because we usually say that haisi mambo yetu. But right now it has become our issue because we are the next generation.
Indeed.
We're the next parents.
Right.
You see?
Right.
So what as Gen Z we have to think about is in 2027, we need to choose a leader who listens to our concerns, puts them down, and at least, even if does not take all of them into consideration, at least listens to people, not like bashing us like we're not anything, like we're just people just ranting like rats, just paka kitoka panya nacheza cheza, you see.
I love it. Annette, and and you're a very eloquent lady. So I've got to ask you this question, but Can you wait 3 years?
Now, that is the big question.
There we go. Yeah.
Because, because this penalty will pass, we will tutaumia day in, day out. People will get angry. But at the end of the day, what do we have to tell ourselves? We cannot go for protests from January to December. We cannot. You see, what we have to tell ourselves is, Ruto has done this. This should be like underlying thing we have to remember. Ruto did this. So in the next, when we go to vote again, the next leader should be a leader who listens. This should be like in the back of your mind, you're like, this is what happened in 2024.
Annette?
Yes?
Imagine, I feel your pain. All right?
Yes.
And thank you for sharing with us.
Thank you too.
And remember, you will still be proud to be a Kenyan. Asante sana.
Asante, yes.
All right, so let's go to a final call for this session. 0719012600. The floor is yours. The bill has passed. Did you think it would not? He will sign it into law. Annette said that, you know what, the next election, we did not give a damn. When I say we're talking about Gen Zs in 2022. They say the next leaders. But that is 3 years to come. Things changed today. Annette said last week when we were on the streets, it was peaceful. Nothing changed in that week leading up to today. Or today life has changed as a Kenyan if you know it. Or rather as you know it. What is next? SpiceFM, good evening. Hello?
Hello?
Esquire.
Yes, Jacob Baba.
How are you, brother?
I'm fine.
Now, we have spoken about change, and we have spoken about, we've heard from a journalist, we have talked to a Gen Z.
Yes.
Today, I feel that we have crossed a line that there's no going back. And like our reporter said at the beginning, when a parliament is set on fire, that is usually the beginning of a revolution. But that is not for me to say, it's for history to determine.
Yes.
My friend, express yourself. How do you feel, my friend?
One, I feel so sad for this country. I have been part of that demonstration today. You are getting me?
I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you, Esquire.
My wife has been stoned.
Wow. Is she okay?
She's okay.
She's heavily pregnant, yes. Oh.
Yes. We actually like 10 days to go.
Wow.
You get me?
Thank God, boss, that she's okay. Paul, man.
But she was stoned by people who we suffer together. But because she drives a car, they think we are part of that class.
Yes.
Yes. It's unfortunate. Now,
go on, Esquire.
If you read the Constitution,
yes,
it says power belongs to the people.
Indeed.
We only delegate this power. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
You cannot tell me today that I'm going to do public participation.
Yes.
And then after public participation, you don't even get my views of that participation.
Yes.
The problem in Kenya is one thing.
Yes.
I can bring you to the table that I've decided what I want to do.
Thank you. Indeed. The decision has already been made. Yes.
So I'm just telling you to give you some tea, but I have already decided what I want to do.
Yes.
You get me?
Yes.
Legally, as a people, what has been done today is actually within the law.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Esquire. What has been done by the protesters or what has been done by the administration?
For them invading parliament?
Yes.
Administration killing them is not right. Because they also paid using taxpayers' money.
Indeed.
You are getting me?
I hear you, Baba.
It is so sad. I'll tell you today, it is so sad.
Yes.
Are you getting me?
I hear you, Esquire. I hear you.
This is something that if today I'm supposed to talk about it, I'll cry.
I can hear the passion in your
because
voice and the emotion.
personally, it has even reached my point. You get me?
You know, I was talking to somebody, Wakili, well, the caller just before you, and she said the difference between this week and last week is last week the demonstration was, or the protest, was peaceful, but then because nothing changed in the interim between then and today it had to go to the next level. So I've got to ask you then, Esquire, what next?
Yes.
Are you afraid? You've got a child coming into this world within the next 14 days.
Yes.
Are you in fear, my brother?
You see, in this particular issue that we are in, everyone has his problems and his issues depending on the classes and what that particular person can afford.
That's true.
You are getting me?
That's true.
Maybe for me, eating meat every day might be a problem.
Right.
But for someone, eating meat a year is a problem.
Yes.
Are you getting me?
Yeah.
In as much as you are suffering, but not in the same suffrage.
Right.
But you see what people are airing. What I'm trying to say is this. The people, we just delegate power to these MPs. And my only advice will be this. We are on the streets. Do you know why we are on the streets? Because we are told, this guy is in UDA, this guy is in ODM, this guy is in this. Even these people, when they don't have any space between their ears.
That's true, by the way.
They have even no matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
But we vote because of, let me vote for this one. He's in UDA. Oh, my name will be president.
No.
My president.
Matiangi
Today,
told us this last year. Last year, in the last regime.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I want to say this.
Yeah.
And I want to say it on a personal level.
Yes.
I am married to the Mount Kenya and Amalu.
Yes.
When I went there, they never told me that I come from the Raila tribe.
Right.
You get me?
Yeah.
It is high time people stop being tribal. We are going to suffer the same. Now there are demonstrations in Eldoret. There are demonstrations in Kisumu. Actually, Kisumu is not even that much. There are demonstrations in Kericho. Turkana. I never even knew Turkana people are many. You get?
Yeah.
So it is high time, I will tell you for a fact, this bill is going to pass.
It already passed. It's now just to sign into law. They've already voted before.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it's going to sign it.
Yes.
It's going to sign it. But moving forward, let us be truthful to one another. You get, my brother?
Yes, sir.
Yes. If I
Akili.
suffer, you suffer.
Wewe enda tulia kidogo, alafu tuongee kiwasee, man. I'll talk to you post.
But you can ask me another question. If you have another question, you can tell me.
No, I want to know, what is the way forward now? And I want you to put that wig on that you guys wear as lawyers. What now does Gen Z should they do between now and 2027? Skip it. Now and the next financial bill. What does one do?
You see, the problem, what I'm saying is this. These particular MPs that we elect are more crucial than senators.
Which is true.
Because these fellas are the ones who make the law.
Yes.
Are you getting me?
Yes.
That law is what me as a wakili goes to interpret, goes to court
Safi.
to argue about.
No, but now you're lecturing. What do they do now, seeing as in this thing has passed? Sasa, now what do we do?
What they can do is this. Let them make up their mind and let them make sure that this particular government goes home. Because they'll give us beauty. If I give you a beauty, and that beauty I'm giving you, it is your money.
Okay. So that means there's nothing that they can do until 2027.
What will you do?
I hear you.
If I tell you want to, let me tell you.
Esquire?
The people that they're demonstrating against have the majority. You cannot impeach them. Okay. And you know I'm talking about reality.
Yes. Okay.
I'm not talking about a syllabus.
Okay. Esquire Wakili, stand down, breathe, stop.
Asante.
Hello, Kamano. We'll talk to you later. Wow. Nothing you can do until 2027.
Not true.
Matiangi told you, you guys, you'll have a parliament of comedians and washers, whatever that means. And you start off with not true. I like that. Good evening to you, brother.
Good evening, Edward. Thanks for having me on. How are you?
I'm very well. Is that Benji?
Benji Ndolo.
My brother. I hope
I've
you're
been
safe.
in the streets, and I've also, yes, I'm actually being careful.
You're right.
I'm being careful with everything that I'm saying, everything that I'm doing, because we want to stick within the law.
Indeed. Thank you.
I'm also avoiding being kidnapped. So if I sound like I'm a bit careful, I'm not really hiding.
Funny, not funny. Yeah.
Exactly.
Guys are being. I can see when your numbers that is a special one. Good one, brother.
Yeah, exactly.
Benji, today, like I said, no, I mean, I'm emotional, boss, and I mentioned it early on. We were youngins when the coup happened. Yeah, that was just one day, but then it changed life as we knew it in Kenya. Then there we was in 1990, Sabasaba, Matiba, and Rubia.
Exactly.
That also then life took a different tangent again. Then the last time I heard these things, Yote Yawezeka, and we all know when that was 202. Now it's become a clarion call. It's 2024. And then most importantly, sadly, we're talking about the burning of parliament, man. And as we spoke to somebody early on, and Alex, he's in the newsroom here. And he said, you know what, because I knew, when they burned parliaments, that's now the beginning of the end. I remember the Reichstag in 1933 or 31 when the Nazis burnt the damn thing.
Yeah, correct.
We know what happened next.
Exactly.
But people died, man. Benji.
Exactly.
What next, Baba?
So, Edward, what you have seen here is a culmination of bad governance. A regime that is basically not even 2 years old. And the biggest indicator is, as soon as you heard them express frustration about, quote, finding empty coffers, as soon as you heard them expressing frustration about the debts that the predecessor took, at that point, with that level of frustration, they had already failed. That failure is what translates to all of this dysfunction.
They had given up.
As a leader, had already expressed frustration.
Yes.
Oh my God, what to do? Eurobond is due. I can't pay salaries. I need more loans. I need to loot. I need to shop. I need to travel. At that point, when you're overwhelmed, they had already failed. Add on to that the public ostentatious display of corrupt wealth,
of largesse,
brand new cars, of largesse, fashion clothing, and everyone is guilty.
Do you know, Benji? It's interesting you say that at that particular point because, I've got a brother who's basically he's been a year away, and he says even there in the global north, you go to Dubai, you see these Kenyan leaders. They're being spoken about badly. Yani, we become the Nigers of Dubai.
Exactly.
Our politicians.
Exactly. So they've really lowered the standard. They've lowered the standard for honor. They have defined the meaning of kleptocracy.
Yes.
And this is not even 2 years in.
Can you imagine?
So the best example I could give you is in 2008, as we fought here in Kenya.
Yes.
You had something called the global economic crisis, where companies like Lehman Brothers, a 103-year-old company, were collapsing.
Yes.
The young President Obama came in.
Yes.
There's no single day you heard him express frustration. In fact, a very close friend of mine that you happen to know called Paul told me, Benji, when everything collapsed here in the U.S., people's faith was only restored and looked up to the government. Obama very quickly put his council together, put his plans. He turned that thing around so cool, so calm and level-headed. The stock market roared, jobs were created, because that's what it means to be a president. To be a president is not to be a thug. To be a president is not to throttle things down. I mean, people are telling you that why they cannot afford to live, and you're adding taxes on diapers, you're adding taxes on wheelchairs, you're adding taxes on sanitary pads. Your people are running around vomiting and insulting everybody.
You know,
so that is thuggery. That is not presidency.
And then yet your boy, whose only qualification that he has, aside from being, don't mention names, aside from being a member of parliament, is that he sells access. You know, he's riding around in a brand new Maybach. And then as these people in the global north are saying, I mean, the thing about Kenyans, the political class these days, is that you've got to, they're not eating with dignity or with decorum, because corruption is all over the world.
Exactly. And so people are fed up. People feel they have nothing to lose. This thing has united. This thing is a leaderless. I'm part of it.
Yeah.
It's leaderless.
Yes.
You know, it's tribeless. All right?
Yes.
It's moneyless. Nobody has given me 1 shilling. It's united in purpose.
Now, Benji, you know,
this thing has Mamboga in it.
Yeah.
It has Matatu in it. This thing. It has doctors, architects, lawyers. I've been in the demos.
Yes.
It has graduates. It has watchmen, guards. This thing is cross-cutting.
It's a full spectrum. Now, you know, Ndolo, aside from you and I being, aside from you, it's countrywide. Yeah.
It's in Kericho, it's in Eldoret. It's in Kisumu, it's in Mombasa. It's in Bungoma, it's in Busia.
Okay.
It's in Machakos, it's in Nairobi.
So listen, brother. Yeah, so let me ask you something. And the reason why you and I have been, and I've been following you since, because you really know how to read the tea leaves.
Yes, and to predict.
To predict. What is your prediction? Very quickly, Baba, because we have to go.
My prediction is that things get very, very tough, that the disapproval of the president goes up, and that the pressure continues. The pressure continues. And my advice is, when you are thoroughly overwhelmed and people don't want you, and we are in a constitutional democracy where protesters stand on the Constitution, you don't have to wait to be boxed in, because you can always resign. That is the viable option, is to resign from office. Absolutely.
Benji Ndolo, my brother.
Sante.
Be safe, brother. The option is to resign. Final call for this particular hour, 0719012600. It's leaderless. Is that a good thing? The Arab Spring. That person in the middle of the mob just stood up or sat down, doused oneself in petrol. The rest, like they say, is history. Is today going to change the course of Kenya's history? James.
Hi, Kwach. I'm back.
What are you talking, my brother?
How are you doing?
I'm trying to keep it together, boss. How are you?
Okay. I'm not okay. With what is happening, I'm not okay. Yeah, and I hate talking politics, and today I'm forced to.
Let me ask you, Baba. But is this politics or is this Animal Farm? All animals are equal, but some are more equal than others.
Than the others. It is madness, I'm telling you, because we need sobriety in this country, not mediocrity. Because let me tell you what, when Kibaki came in here, he found nothing in the coffers, and the money normally started, coming in. You get the point. The problem facing this country, this government, is government wasting. They waste a lot of money, because you cannot say that there's no money. There's no money. They set aside 695 million to the office of a.
Okay, but Baba, you see now that bill has passed. You're merely share safiri, and you're explaining the facts. What we're saying, Jemo, is like, somebody said here early on that the problem with us is that Matiang'i told you.
Yeah.
Be careful of the people you're voting into parliament.
Definitely.
Okay.
We were warned, we were told.
Hold on.
Yeah.
And then now there's also the tribal element.
Definitely.
So just as long as you are in this tribe, so that you're in this party, yote yawezekana. Okay? And you'll get a fool, an idiot, a prostitute, all of them inside.
Definitely, exactly.
And they don't give a dead rat's ass. They'll just be voting with their stomachs.
Definitely, because look at the
This
way
has
they
now
are
come
now
to pass.
buying MPs. Let me tell you the way they are bought almost all the MPs that they say that they have the numbers. They didn't have the numbers. They bought those MPs. So there's nothing people can do. Yeah. There's
Baba,
nothing. And let me tell you, listen, let me tell you,
yes.
Let me tell you for free. It is not about 2027.
What is it about?
Election result is always determined by people who count the votes. It is not people who cast the votes. It is not about our vote that makes somebody to become president.
So what are you saying? What are you saying? Yes.
Listen, my point is we are going to wait until 2032. We must face the music. Kenyans.
Wow.
Let me tell you. Yeah, we must face the music.
So
there's no demonstration let me tell you, there's no demonstration worldwide that is peaceful. It's always madness.
Okay. So what you're saying swallow the bitter pill.
Definitely they made their bed, let's sleep in it.
Let's lie in it until 2032.
2032. They are going to face the music. We people as a Zimio, we are well off.
No. Don't say they. That's what James, you're shouting. James, you're shouting.
No.
You're shouting. Come
down. Let me tell you.
And don't say they. You also hear.
They celebrated.
James,
let them face the music, Kwach.
James, we're not going to do tribal politics here, by the way, my brother, because even you.
Let's go ahead.
Tell us, because even you. I'm talking, brother.
Go ahead.
Because even you live in this Kenya.
I
together?
Know.
Yeah. Today, when those bullets were hitting people's flesh, they were not picking at particular party or tribe. So, James, please don't talk like that as my brother.
I'm annoyed. Okay. That's why I normally don't.
So speak. Don't speak like that. Okay.
I normally don't call morning hours because I hate politics.
Yes, but also don't talk tribe. Sawa telo.
They must wait.
So you say as yes, we will wait until 2032. Cheers, brother. Okay, that got me a bit emotional. Hey, Spice, good evening. Hi.
Hello.
Sama.
Garang. I'm calling you guys from Sweden.
Good afternoon, Sweden. How are you doing, Garang?
Good afternoon. Good.
Garang, let me ask you, from the outside looking in, diaspora looking into the time, these are the days of our lives. Share a sentence.
You know, I am a millennium.
Yes.
And these boys and girls really wananiuliza swali sasa, yani from the inside, like, what should I have done also? So this is a spiritual moment for Kenya, actually.
Never. As we have had so many demonstrations, we've had rebellions, we've had coups.
Yeah, this is different because this is from the youth.
The national parliament is on fire, my brother. It's literally burning.
Yeah, I know. A few days ago, there was a guy from, I think he's a lecturer from one of the universities in Kenya. I think it's called somebody McPhee. Right. And he warned us that we are going to the direction. Yes. Strathmore, we are going to the direction of Haiti if we continue like this, and loneliness and everything. But we owe these young men and boys this. We need to do something about what is happening in the country. It cannot just continue like this. You see.
But something, you see, but that's the 22, my brother, isn't it, Garang? That's a catch 22. What is the something that you can do between now and 27?
So, the problem we have with our economy, actually, because this is an economic question, right?
Indeed.
Yeah, we have a productivity problem.
Right. Garang,
what we are making is
Garang, sorry. You're now putting me on speaker. Get off the speaker, please, my brother. Are you driving or something?
we have a productivity problem in our economy.
Right.
We are not producing enough to cater for everything, or
yes, But
enough.
Garang, just to stop you there. But before you go on,
now I'm doing everything. The way forward is for Kenyans to say, okay, how individually are we going to be productive enough so that even when we have this surplus, it's going to be okay.
Garang, you say you're calling from Sweden?
That's the only way forward.
You're not listening to me. You're not listening to me.
Many Kenyans are not productive.
Yeah, but then also, Garang, remember the global north makes sure that the third world stays third world.
Hello?
Garang. All right, so there's a connection issue there. Garang says that as Africans, or rather as Kenyans, we are not productive enough. But surely, even the World Bank, IMF, the global north, they make sure that you remain as Africans African, which means poor and in need. They're not going to allow you to become self-sufficient. Really? Tell that to the birds. Listen, going to go into commercial break and then going to play a song, do the news. And then we're going to start talking, we're going to break it down legally. The bill that was. So I'm going to do those after the break, ne? So what are your comments? Get onto SpiceFM. Sorry, that's YouTube, ne? That's spicefm.co.ke. Yeah? Yes. And please, share. I'll get back to you. After the news, watch Nilipe Madeni hapa kiasi.
Showmax has unlimited entertainment perfect for you and your family. From the Premier League plan and local shows like Gigi, you'll be spoiled for choice. Tune in to Sugar and Spice with me, Yolanda Mulo, and DJ Absolute every weekday from 11 a.m. to 3 o'clock to find out how you can easily subscribe to show.
You know that feeling where there's a pain at the back of your head? What? You almost want to... But what about that moment when the pain finally starts to fade away? That moment when you go back to ordinary, to being your best self again. And it feels so good.
Get effective release from strong pain with Panadol Extra. Panadol. Release starts here. If symptoms persist, seek medical advice. Always read label before use. Shika every single Premier League game live on your phone or tablet with Showmax.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
For just 500 shillings a month, catch all the games, all the highlights, all the previews, all the reviews.
They're desperately trying to stop him.
Goal rush, analysis, Gen XG, The Righty Show, live match pause and rewind feature. The world of the Premier League is now in your hands with Showmax. Kushika Showmax and catch every game live mkononi. Download the Showmax app to your phone or tablet today. Shika game na Showmax. Streaming for Africa. Sign up on showmax.com.
Looking for specialized medical services? The new Roy Sambo Specialty Center by Aga Khan University Hospital at Jewel Plaza, right at the roundabout, is now open to serve you. Tune into the Situation Room with me, Nduoko, Eric Latif, and CT Muga every weekday from 6 to 10 a.m. to learn more about their services. From dialysis to chemotherapy and minor surgeries, they've got top specialists, including oncologists and gastroenterologists, ready to serve you. Aga Khan University Hospital, world-class care here and now.
The Spice Drive, getting you where you need to be.
All right, now clearly I was trying to do my math, and I've got a bit of time to hang with you. Remember, what we're doing today is in this particular hour, and also in the 5 o'clock hour, we're turning over the studio to you. Yeah, we're talking about dark days, revolutions that cause evolutions. And today is one of those days. I've basically given the studio, the microphone, the voice over to you. 0719012600. I was forgetting the number for the studio. Or, let's go. We're live on YouTube. That is spicefm.co.ke. Let me read some of your comments before we go into the news. I don't have my specs. So, Mumbi, you say the youth have done it. Simon Shege. Ruto to resign. Catherine Gitao, you say the president should step down. Guys, you see the problem that I have with somebody says here, you know what, ICC should intervene. You see, these are now things that I can see, yani, maybe it can work. Lakini mtu could step down. Wapi? Umesikia wapi? Remember that saying? Where have you heard and seen that one? Aye, my friend. Na hapa, after the things that some of these people have done to get into position. Listen, we want you to share, by the way. So keep on engaging. Just want to do the news. 0719